Hey everyone, so as I mentioned the other day, I am going to be doing a what's on my registry video, so that's what we're doing tonight. And I just picked about 10 items that are kind of item specific. I didn't want to generalize too much, so I did pick some more specific items off the registry. So if you guys have used any of these items, let me know what you thought of them. And a couple of them we've actually already got, just because our registry, we're kind of using it also as our own shopping list, just so after the shower sort of things we can just kind of look back on the registry and decide what we still want to get before she's here, or after she's born. If we decide we really need such and such item, then we can go back and look at the registry and get that. So for a start, I just have to say I'm really out of breath today. So just bear with me if I sound like I just ran up and down the stairs. I didn't. I'm just really out of breath for some reason. I think she's sitting up really high because I noticed my ribs are crazy more sore than usual. Mostly on this side, so I don't know if her head is there or what. But at my last appointment she was still head up, so I think that's what's happening. So the first item that I kind of wrote down, non-scented wipes. I'm really sensitive to smells and things, and I do tend to get kind of rashes on my hands from a lot of things too, and I do suffer from migraines, so that was kind of my biggest thing, was non-scented. So if anyone does get us scented ones for the shower, unfortunately I won't be able to use them. I will have to take those back and get some non-scented ones, just because I can't use them if they're scented. My next thing is diaper rash cream. I did a lot of research on kind of what was better, and I know it will, when she's here and we kind of know more what works for her, this could change, but I felt like I picked one that was had probably pretty good reviews for sensitive skin, for myself as well. But the one that we kind of picked out and put on there and then picked up some was the Burt's Bees diaper rash cream, and I really like Burt's Bees in general, so I felt like that was probably our best choice. The next thing, I forgot to actually look this up. I'm trying not to look at my registry too closely because I don't want to know what people have bought up there. I want to be surprised on Saturday at the shower, so I didn't actually write down which exact one it is, but I do have a pack and play on there. And initially the one I had put on was the one that came with the bassinet and the diaper storage and everything, but in the end we ended up just putting a little cheaper one on there, just because I felt like there was other things that we needed more than that, and we don't necessarily need a pack and play. It would just kind of be nice to have. So I will try to find the link for the one that we did end up putting on there, but it was just a basic pack and play, just a little area and nothing else with it, no bassinet or storage or anything. The next thing, again, I forgot to look up the specific one of this. I think that they do make different types of bottles, different shapes and sizes, but Dr. Brown's bottles. Again, I did a lot of research and asked around quite a bit for this one, and the one, at least people that I know personally, they've used the Dr. Brown's a lot and they all love them, so we're going to try those out. And I mean, if they don't work, we can always just go get different ones later, but I did put those on there, and I think that the one I put on, it comes in different sizes. It has 2 8-ounce bottles, and then a couple 12-ounce, and just from there, or something like that, I think. My next thing, we do have this on the registry, but we had it as a private item just because it was something that we wanted to pick up ourselves, and I didn't want to end up getting a ton of it at the shower and then have it end up not quite working for us. So that was dairy sensitive formula. So right now we just bought a pack from Costco, and I think I did the math, and I think that it should last us about 10 days-ish. So we'll try that one out with her, and if that doesn't work, then we'll switch it to something else. We do have other options. of course, but I did want to try that one first just because it had the best deals, and we do shop at Costco a lot, so I just wanted to try that one before we try anything else. And we definitely want to go with the dairy sensitive just because both of us are very lactose intolerant, and my mom had a lot of trouble with me when I was little, so we definitely just want to go straight to the dairy sensitive and deal with that from there. And hopefully the one that we picked out does work for her, and if not, we'll just find another one. So that was like, it was on the registry, but we just had it more in our own shopping list section. So my next thing that kind of ties in with that is the, I'm not sure if this is how you pronounce it, but the baby Brezza Formula Pro. And basically it's as simple as a coffee maker. I know that I could just make the bottles myself, but I do kind of have a busy lifestyle that I would like to somewhat get back or ease my way back into it when she's here, when I'm comfortable to do so. So I did want to make, just because we will be formula feeding, I did want to kind of make that aspect a little bit easier and quicker for me. So normally I wouldn't get something like that, but I feel like with the lifestyle that I have with my horses and everything, and even if my mom is babysitting her, I just want it to be as simple as press a button, that's it, and just make it easy for everyone. So I do want to get one of those, and my cousin has one. She showed it to me the other night at dinner, and it was really neat actually. So that kind of, originally I was like, no, I don't want one of those, and then I saw hers, and then that's what I kind of got thinking, that maybe that would be a really good idea for us and just make things a whole lot easier. The next thing is baby bathtub. I did so many hours of research on these, and I'm still not 100% dead set on the one that I have on our registry, but like it's one that if we do end up getting it for the shower, I will be completely happy with it, but I'm not completely opposed to others either. But the one that I put on there, it is called the, well, on Amazon this is what it's titled as. I don't know if this is actually what it's called, but it says Summer Infant Little Luxuries Whirlpool. So I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but that's what it's titled as on Amazon. So it has like whirling like jets and stuff to keep them occupied, I guess, or it just feels nice. I'm not sure. I do remember I did a lot of research on it though and felt like that was one of my top picks. So that's the one that I put on there. And then the next thing, I think they're called the Swaddleme blankets. And I do want some of the muslin blankets as well, but just to make things a little bit easier, because I'm not the most coordinated person ever, so I don't feel like I do want to learn how to swaddle properly with the muslin blankets, but I feel like I also might have a lot of trouble with it. So I did put the Swaddleme blankets on there just to make it super easy on us again, because they do have the Velcro, and I just felt like that would be a little bit quicker and easier, especially in the middle of the night if I'm just like can't sleep or whatever, but I don't really want to do anything. I just feel like that's a whole lot easier to get done than swaddling her in another blanket when I'm so exhausted or whatever. So definitely had those on. Sorry, I'm having to like adjust myself because I'm trying to breathe properly and I can't get into a position where I'm comfortable. I'm kind of getting to that point in my pregnancy where I'm just like, I don't want her to come early, but at the same time I'm so uncomfortable and it's like 40 degrees out, so I'm just no longer comfy. So ignore me trying to shift around. I'm sure I look super awkward and uncomfortable right now, and if I do, it's because I am. So my next thing, this is one item that it's like, if we got nothing else on the registry, I just hope we get this one item, because I'm not expecting people to bring gifts, but you know, if one person brings a gift, I just hope this is it. And it's the Nest Cam indoor security system. And I think that they were actually originally made like as security systems and not as baby monitors, but a lot of people are using them as baby monitors, and I did research them quite a bit on YouTube and stuff, and they seem like they have pretty good reviews and a lot of people like them. So basically it's like the selling point for me for it was that it can connect to Wi-Fi and through an app on your phone. And if I'm ever not home or something, I do want to be able to just look at my phone and see what she's doing while my mom babysits, or if, you know, her dad's here and I'm not, and whatever. I just want to be able to look at my phone and see what's going on in her room or whatever. So I just feel like that was kind of like the main selling point for me, was that we can do that. And then also, like, my mom, she's right upstairs, so she can also just look at the phone whenever she just wants to see what baby's doing. So I thought that was a pretty cool selling point. And then the last item that I wrote down here, again, I'm not sure what it's actually called, but this is just what it's titled as on Amazon, and it's the Infant Complete Nursery Care Kit. And it just kind of comes with little things like your nail clippers, comb, toothbrush. I think it comes with an ear thermometer. I'm not positive on that. It might not. But it just kind of comes with little things like that. And I think it's like a set of like 20 little things. It might only be like 10, but I feel like there was like a good amount of like little things that you might not necessarily think that you need. But I feel like I'd always be more prepared than not. So I like to have extras of items and random bits and bobs that we don't really need, but it's nice like for that one time that, hey, I might actually use this today. So I do have that on there. And then that was all that I wrote down for like the more specific items, but like the rest of our registry was just kind of like, we have way too many onesies and clothes for her, so I didn't put a lot of that on there, but I did put some kind of like novelty, like Etsy type onesies on there that we wouldn't necessarily get otherwise. And they are items that I probably wouldn't just go order for her just because we already have so many onesies and other clothing items. So there was some like novelty Etsy type onesies on there. What else did I put on there? Oh, things for when she's a little bit older, like little plastic baby spoons and the bowls that, I don't know what they're called, but they kind of like, they would suction onto your high chair. And yeah, I thought those would be a really good idea when she's older, because if she's anything like me, her food will be flying across the house 10 times a day. So we definitely, like, I will go back and get those. If we don't get any for the shower, I will just go buy some, I think off Amazon or something, and then we just have them on hand for when she's a little bit older. Other things I had on there were socks, lots and lots of socks. I know that people say that you need to buy like literally like 300 pairs of baby socks because you will lose them all. And with our washer and dryer, I totally believe that, because I am losing things every day in there. Put something in and I open it up and you never see it again. So we do have like lots of socks on the registry, and we actually haven't picked up any infant socks yet. So we're gonna need to do that, but that's something that's easy enough to just go to Walmart and do too. So can always just do that. But anyway, that's pretty much all I think that is important on the registry. There's a bunch of other items, but those were kind of our main things that we don't already have. Things like crib and car seat and change table, a different dresser for her room, like those are things that we already have, so I wasn't too concerned about putting those on the registry. Plus those are kind of items that I want to pick out myself anyway, which obviously I did that with some of the registry items. I was very specific about them, and if we don't get them, that's totally fine, we'll just go get them ourselves. Yeah, so shower is on Saturday. We have so much decorating and stuff to do, so I don't know if I will end up posting much from that day, just because it is going to be so busy. And then when people arrive, I know it's not going to be a quiet evening because we're starting at 4:30 and we are doing a barbecue, guys and girls, so I assume that it will be kind of a busy evening, but I will try and film some bits and pieces of that, or at least get some good pictures for you guys, and then I will try and post those for next week. And then I don't know if I'll do that before or after my 36-week update. We'll just kind of see how the rest of the weekend plays out. And that is all for now. I'll talk to you guys later.